You're listening to Oldham Community Radio on 99.7 FM, and this is your daily news.
Good morning, Oldham. It's 8:53 and here is your morning news report.
Are smartphones deemed a danger within college grounds? Is there enough for youth to do in Oldham? And what's the most random text message you've ever received? The study from Women's Aid warns that smartphones can install spyware in less than 5 minutes to find out much about a person by their phone. We sent our education correspondent Sophie a message to find out about the situation.
I visited Oldham Sixth Form College to speak to the Vice Principal, Mick Walsh, about this issue. I asked him whether he thinks smartphones are problematic within the college.
We have a slight issue in college that, as you probably know, we don't allow students, for example, to access Facebook in college. But of course, now that so many students have got smartphones, they can access it through them. So I think, we need to be aware that students are accessing it, and rather than try and prevent them from doing so, I think we've got a role to try and educate them into how to use things like Facebook effectively and get the most out of it.
I also asked him whether he believes young people are aware of the dangers involved with social networking.
I think it depends. I think some are and some aren't. I think there's always a job for colleges to do in raising awareness for young people. And there's kind of two sides to it, really. There's making them aware of the dangers to themselves and, not giving away personal information, not going and meeting people that they've met online. But it's also, I think, about young people knowing how things they can do can impact on other people, and perhaps accidentally comments they can make can be quite hurtful to other people, and so it's sort of both sides of the coin, really. But it varies. I think from the point of view of a college such as ourselves, I think it's really just trying to get that information out to students. We've recently published our e-safety policy for students, and in Oldham there was e-safety week, and we sort of tried to raise awareness through that. I think, if I'm being honest, there's probably more that we can do. We sort of touch on it in tutorial, but I think we could get a stronger message across in tutorial and have some specific sessions on how to use Facebook safely, how to use things like Twitter safely, and just to be aware of that. So I think it is just getting the message across, really.
In other news, antisocial behaviour is again reported to be on the rise, and the cliched reason being youths have nothing to do. Our news correspondent Gemma Mills visited the Oldham Lyceum, where she spoke to the musical director Martin Ashurst to see if there's enough for young people to do in Oldham.
Do you think there's enough for youths to do in our community?
Absolutely, yeah. The music centre that I'm concerned with has a lot of kids coming through the door between 4 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening. I personally run the popular music stuff, and there's a band rehearsing now, which is 5 young lads who are writing some of their own stuff, doing some covers. We also have a rockestra, which is kind of an introduction group where we might have 9 guitarists, a couple of drummers, a few keyboard players. At different times, there's different variations of musicians in there. And I see that as a kind of halfway house from learning their instruments and playing in the bedrooms to getting into a band.
Whilst there, she also spoke to some of the students to find out what they would be doing if they weren't there.
I'm here at the Lyceum to see if the reports about young people having nothing to do are true. How did you hear about the music centre?
Well, I got sent by my drum teacher quite a few years ago, but I heard about Rockestra from my friends.
Without this music centre, how would you be spending your free time?
I'd just be on the street doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a bum. I'd just be on the Xbox.
How long have you been coming here?
I've been coming about a year.
2 years, I think. I think it started 2 years.
Do you enjoy spending evenings here?
Yeah, it's good fun and exciting.
I really enjoy it because I get to show off in front of these lot.
So positive things happening in Oldham. Now back to the studio.
And finally, we took to the streets of Oldham and asked a selection of people about the most random text messages they have ever received.
Ask the drunk lady for some internet.
I think it would have to be curse you all. That was pretty random.
Probably the snail is hilarious.
What's the most random text message you've ever received, Becca?
I don't think I have. It must be that sends them. It's 8:58 and that was your morning news report.